Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to discuss with you Module 2 of Science 7, Quarter 4. This is Part 2. Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to discuss with you Module number 2, Science 7, Quarter 4, Part 2. This is Sir Copper, your Science 7 teacher. Before anything else, let us have the opening prayer. Dear God, bless us each and every one, that your wisdom bestowed upon us enlighten our minds with the learnings that we have received today. We ask you through Christ, our Lord, your Son. Amen. Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, let's have this. Kumustahan? How are you today? So which one of you, or which one are you in given? I hope you are doing fine right now. So let's proceed. Our lesson 2 for module number 2 is all about sustainable use of natural resources. So let's have this capture review. What I know. Directions. Read the following questions carefully. Choose the best answer from given choices and key in your answers in our class point up. Let's start with number 1. Traveling for very short distances, which of the following is the best way to conserve resources? Is it A, driving a car? B, using a bicycle? C, riding a public vehicle? Or D, asking free lift from others? Very good. You got it right. That's letter B, using bicycles. Let's proceed with question number 2. Following natural resources should require strict conservation, except. Is it A, coal? B, metals? C, natural gas? Or D, solar energy? Indeed, you're correct, and that is letter D, solar energy. Number 3 question. The manner of using natural resources without being completely used up or destroyed to maintain ecological balance is referred to as. Is it A, availability? B, biodiversity? C, productivity? Or D, sustainability? You're also correct. This is letter D, sustainability. Number 4 question. The following human activities will result in negative impacts on the environment. Is it A, burning fossil fuels? B, reusing paper bags? C, recycling plastic bottles? Or D, using food waste as organic fertilizers? Great! That is letter A, burning fossil fuels. Let's have question number 5. What would likely happen if we use fossil fuels more rapidly than they are formed? Is it A, supply of fossil fuels will stay the same? B, the supply of fossil fuels will eventually run out? Or D, the supply of fossil fuels will increase in later time? Or D, the supply of fossil fuels will replenish more quickly? Correct. It's letter B. The supply of fossil fuels will eventually run out. Let's proceed with question number 6. Which pair of materials takes long years before they can be replenished? Is it A, trees and crops? B, plants and animals? C, metals and minerals? Or D, corals and seashells? Indeed, it is corals and seashells. It's letter D. 7 question. What do you call the natural resource produced from the remains of decayed plants and animals that have existed millions of years ago? Is it A, biomass? B, fertilizers? C, fossil fuel? D, organic waste? Very good. That is called fossil fuel. It's letter C. Number 8 question. Electricity can be produced by generators that are powered by the kinetic energy of flowing water. What kind of energy is being described? A. Hydropower. B. Geothermal. C. Solar energy. Or D. Wind energy. Correct. That is hydropower. It's letter A. Number 9. Which of the following list includes all renewable energy resources? Is it solar, coal, natural gas, crude oil, hydropower, wind, hydropower, solar, geothermal, or natural gas, crude oil, biomass? Very good. It's letter D. Natural gas, crude oil, and biomass. Let's have question number 10. Among the statements given below, which correctly describes fossil fuels? 1. Coal, oil, and natural gas are fossil fuels. 2. Fossil fuels are non-renewable resources. Hence, they cannot be replenished easily. 3. Takes millions of years for the remains of plants and animals to turn into fossil fuels. Or 4. Fossil fuels are renewable resources formed from the decomposition of organic waste of animals. Is it A, 2 and 4 only? B, 1, 2, and 3 only? C, 1, 2, and 4 only? Or D, 1, 2, 3, and 4? Correct. It is letter C. 1, 2, and 4 only. Let's proceed with question number 11. Mikaela was playing in their backyard when she saw pieces of paper, cups, soda cans, popsicle sticks, and an old leather shoe scattered in one corner. The following materials were made from renewable resources. Is it A, paper cups, soda cans, and old leather shoe? B, soda cans, popsicle sticks, and old leather shoe? C, paper cups, popsicle sticks, and old leather shoe? And D, paper cups, soda cans, popsicle sticks, and old leather shoe? Yes, indeed, you're correct. It's letter D, paper cups, soda cans, popsicle sticks, and old leather shoe. Let's proceed with question number 12. The following is the best reason why Philippines is rich in natural resources. Is it A, Philippines is surrounded by many bodies of water? Is it B, Philippines is a large archipelago with many endemic plants and animals? Or C, Philippines is a home of many species of animals living in the thick forests? Or D, Philippines is near the equator where there is sunshine all year round and rainfall is abundant? Yes, that's correct. It's letter B. Philippines is a large archipelago with many endemic plants and animals. So let's proceed with question number 13. Plants and animals are renewable resources because they can be replaced easily. If coal, crude oil, and natural gas are formed from decayed plants and animals, why are they considered as non-renewable resources? Is it A, it's because that it will take a very long time to produce them? B, we need to import them from other countries? C, coal, crude oil, and natural gas are very expensive? D, extracting them from the depths of the earth is very dangerous? Yes, it's letter C. Coal, crude oil, and natural gas are very expensive. Okay, let's have number 14. Teacher Elvs asked SAP, Philippines location the Pacific Ring of Fire, its relationship to its rich mineral deposits. SAC answered, yes. Do you think his answer is correct? A. No. The rich mineral deposits in our country is not influenced by our position in the Pacific Ring of Fire. B. No, the rich mineral deposits in our country is because the Philippines is located near the equator. But C, yes, countries which are part of the Pacific Ring of Fire have rich mineral deposits because of the presence of many active volcanoes. Or D, yes, countries which are part of the Pacific Ring of Fire have many underground caves where people mine mineral deposits. Okay, for number 14, you are correct. It's letter A. No, rich mineral deposits in our country is not influenced by our position in the Pacific Ring of Fire. And last question. It is correct to say that our position near the equator is the reason why we have high diversity of plants and animals in our country? Is it A? No. Although we are located near the equator, this does not mean that we always have lots of sunshine and abundant rainfall for plants and animals to grow and reproduce. B. Yes, places near the equator have tropical climate. Hence, we experience lots of sunshine and abundant rainfall giving the varied life forms of their essential needs to grow and reproduce. Or C. No, although we have located near the equator, this does not guarantee the right temperature needed by plants and animals to grow and reproduce. Or D. Yes, places near the equator have very cold climate, giving plants and animals the right temperature needed by plants and animals to grow and reproduce. Listen, let me repeat. It is correct to say that our position near the equator is the reason why we have a diversity of plants and animals in the country. It's letter B. Yes, places near the equator have tropical climate, hence we experience lots of sunshine and abundant rainfall, giving the varied life forms their essential needs to grow and reproduce. Very good. Congratulations for those who got it right. Okay, what's in? Looking at for our figure number 3. Which of these materials are non-renewable or renewable? In the previous lesson, you learned that the natural resources are the things that we harness from the environment to supply our needs. You also learned that these natural resources can be renewable, are those that can be replenished easily after being used, or non-renewable are those that take a very long time to be replaced once consumed. Okay, looking at figure 3, which is renewable and which is non-renewable. Okay, drinking water is renewable and gold necklace is non-renewable. So let's see. Because we don't have a limited supply of these resources, it is necessary that we use these resources in a manner that we allow them to recover and keep in abundant supply. We should make sure that the Earth's resources are not consumed completely or destroyed. How can you help protect, conserve the natural resources of the Earth? So let's try this. What's new? Again, this is an activity. I'm going to read the directions. Read the following statements below. I'm going to write yes if the item state reflects yourself. No if does not. There is no right or wrong answer with this. Only an honest answer will do. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Okay, I said these questions can be answered by all of us with different thoughts. Meaning, answers may vary. That's it. Activity number 2. Cause effect. Can you tell what problems are shown in picture? How are the two scenarios related? Which portrays a cause, effect? Can you think of other things that humans do that harm the planet? Okay, let's move on. What is sustainability? Earth provides us with all the resources that we need, including plants and animals that we consume as food, and water that is essential for life, fertile and arable lands, precious minerals, and fossil fuels. However, some of these resources are only available in limited supply. These resources are being depleted faster than they can be replaced. Will take millions of years to form these resources. Going back with the picture we had earlier, in the first picture in activity 2, it shows us that even renewable resources such as trees can be exhausted by irresponsible human practices such as too much logging of trees in the forest. Can easily denude the forest if we cut down trees faster than we can plant new ones to replace them. If we allow the forest to recover before we start logging the trees again, our forest will be here for a long time and can provide our needs. This is what sustainability is all about. Sustainability is practice of using the earth's resources in a responsible manner that will allow the resources to be available for the present and future generations. How can one use the resources sustainably? You're given here, what is it? Sustainable use of natural resources. Following practices promote sustainable use of natural resources. We have practiced the 5 R's. What are these? First R is refuse. Say no to single-use plastics, such as straws. Whenever you order a drink, you make it a habit to politely say, "No straw, please." The second word is reduce. Reduce the amount of general waste you create. Instead of buying bottled water, use your reusable water container or bottle. Third, reuse. Practice using something again. Remove gift wraps carefully so that you can use it again. Don't throw your old books. They can be used by other people. The fourth word is recycle. Turn materials in the same or different forms that would otherwise be discarded as waste. For example, your old notebooks can be recycled by your paper-shaped products. And the last for the 5 R's is recover. Convert waste into energy resources. Organic matter, such as animal or food waste, are broken down by microorganisms called anaerobic digestion. Use biogas and biofertilizers. You can also have saved energy. By how? Conserve energy by turning off the lights and other appliances when not in use. For number 3, renewable energy resources. Using wind, solar power, other renewable energy resources instead of burning fossil fuel. Okay? So this is all about practices promote sustainable use of natural resources. Can you think of other ways that show sustainable use of natural resources? As our population grows, number of people using the Earth's resources also increases. This puts a huge strain on the planet's ability to replenish and consume resources. However, it is not only the growing population that will deplete the natural resources. Most of the time, it's how humans use the resources that exhaust the Earth. Food waste, overfishing, clearing of forests, too much use of single-use or disposable plastic bags and packaging are among the unsustainable lifestyle practices that we do every day. There are many ways that we can do to maintain sustainability of our resources. First is reforestation. Is the practice of planting new trees and denuded forests. This will keep the forest standing to provide us with lumber, food, and water. Forests also temporarily hold water, prevent floods, and store carbon dioxide to reduce global warming. Our modern lives need constant source of energy for electricity, transportation, communication, and industries. We need fuels for our cars, and electricity to power our homes, machines that produce goods that we consume. However, we have depended too much on the non-renewable energy sources are in limited supply. Fossil fuels such as coal, natural gas, and petroleum are non-renewable energy sources also pollute our air, land, and contribute to global warming. Fortunately, there are alternative energy sources that are a lot cleaner and renewable. These are also easily harnessed from the environment such as the sun's heat, wind power, flowing water, and heat from the earth. They do not emit air pollutants and carbon dioxide, culprit of global warming. Moreover, they are abundantly available in our country because of our geographic location on Earth. Hence, we must the rich renewable energy resources of the country for a clean environment and sustainable future. Too much consumption of goods also generates a lot of wastes. We are not responsible in managing our wastes. They end up in our bodies and water, cause floods, harm the fishes, potentially cause human health problems. Waste management such as practice of 5Rs, reduce, recycle, reuse, diffuse, and recover, can help reduce the demands for new resources and manufacturing goods and lessen the amount of waste materials that pile up on our planet. Without the earth and its resources, humans will definitely not survive. Earth has a recycling system, continues to provide materials that we need. It has also a cleansing system that gets rid and recycles the waste materials of the earth. But this amazing ability of the earth has limits. Hence, we need to make sure earth's resources are used in a sustainable manner and our wastes do not overwhelm the planet's ability to cleanse itself. For our sake and those of our children in the future, we need to take care of our only home, the earth. Okay, let's move on. What's more, activity 2, sustainable or not sustainable. Directions, read and analyze the situations carefully. Going to write S if the situation demonstrates sustainable use of natural resources, and NS if it is not sustainable. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Let's move on. Burning of plastics to reduce wastes. That is what? NS. Using buckets of water instead of showers. Very good. That is sustainable. S. Overhunting in the wildlife is not controlled. Correct. It is NS. Hunting new and young trees in depleted lands. Yes. Using organic waste materials as fertilizer for soil. Is S. Let's move on with number 6. Clearing of forest for lumber and construction of houses. NS. Rice fields are turned into residential and commercial centers. NS. Extensive and uncontrolled mining is allowed to boost the economy. NS. Paper cups and cardboards are recycled into paper cups and sold. S. And number 10, the last number, exploring geothermal energy resource as an alternative to fossil fuels. That's correct. Yes. So, without any question, let's have what I have learned. 53, conservation counts. Directions. Read paragraph below. Use the word that best fit sentences. Complete paragraph. Write your answers on a spreadsheet of paper. The words are wasting, wisely, distraction, recycling carbon dioxide, sustainability, conserving, global warming, sustainable, and reforestation. Let's start. We need to use our natural resources responsibly. That is practiced using these resources. This is called sustainability. Number two, not without blank them or using them up completely so that these resources will be able to support the needs of the present and future generations. These are wisely and wasting. Number four, there are many ways each of us can help to ensure that we have sustainable natural resources, reducing waste, reusing materials instead of throwing them away, and recycling, composting, and conserving are some of the many ways that we need to practice. However, as human population grows, our needs also increase. Forests have been cleared, transformed for urban use. Trees are also cut down for lumber and build houses, which resulted to the destruction of habitats of animals. Deforestation also leads to soil erosion. To make this sustainable, new seedlings should be planted in the deforested areas and reduce the number of trees being cut down. Reforestation is practice of planting new trees in areas that have been depleted. Burning of fossil fuels contributes to air pollution and produce carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases which can trap heat in our atmosphere, contributing to global warming and climate change. Pollution in bodies of water is also widespread. Instead of throwing plastics and other wastes in the rivers, recycling these materials and creating arts and crafts will make them sustainable. Organic wastes can be used for composting and eventually be added to soil to help plants grow. Okay, we're already done with what I've learned. Let's proceed with this. What can I do? Activity 4, I can make a difference. Again, you may have different answers. The answers may vary. Okay, it depends upon your idea. That's it. And it's the rubrics for that. Excellent, strong, clear needs, content, and presentation. Let's proceed with the last part. Let's talk about the assessment. Let's see what you have learned. Directions. Read the following questions carefully and choose the best answer from given choices and paste in your answers in our class point up. Let's proceed with number 1. Which of the following practices will help protect our environment? Okay, it's letter B. Reusing paper bags. Congratulations. Number 2. What do you call the practice of using resources wisely without wasting or using them up completely so that the future generations can benefit from them? Correct. Sustainability. Letter D. The following natural resources need to be conserved strictly because it will take a very long time to produce and accumulate them. Yes, it's coal. Letter A. Number 4. It is the best example of using resources wisely. Correct. Collecting rainwater for cleaning purposes. Let's move on. Number 5. You are asked by your mother to buy table salt in a store near your house. What is the best thing to do to save energy? Walk. Letter A. Correct. 6. The following practices destroy habitat of animals except planting trees. That's correct. Letter A. Number 7. We use fossil fuels more rapidly than they are produced. What might happen? Yes, the supply will be depleted completely. Letter C. Which of the following promotes sustainable use of resources? Conserving, composting, recycling, or reusing? Correct. All of them. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Letter D. Number 9. What does conservation of natural resources mean? Yes, we should use them wisely. It's letter C. Number 10. Your community is rich in metallic minerals. How can your community conserve these mineral deposits? It's letter B. Regulate mining by formulating laws. How about number 11? Your science project requires you to make something creative, but you should conservation of resources. Which the following would you likely create? Okay, that is 1, 2, and 3 only. Letter D. Number 12. Which of the following does not show conservation of natural resources? Correct. It is letter A. Mr. Agustin uses too much chemical fertilizers in his farm. 13. School is celebrating the Earth Day support for the protection and conservation of Earth's natural resources. The following are programs that your school should advocate except. Great. Letter C. Frequently use plastic bags in canteens. Number 14. Clea is studying in a school located near a river. She saw her friends throwing garbage in the river. Although hesitant, Clea finally decided and told her friends that throwing garbage in a river is definitely wrong. Do you approve Clea's decision? Yes, throwing garbage will pollute the water. It's letter B. And for the last question, Devin is joining his uncle for a hunt in the wild. While looking for their target, his uncle saw a bird with his newly hatched baby birds and went after them. Devin recognized that this is an endangered species because he remembered the exact picture shown by his teacher in their science class. He told his uncle not to capture the birds, just let the birds stay in their nest. Do you agree with Devin's action? Okay, it's yes. Endangered species of birds should be protected. It's letter B. Okay, for those who got it right, congratulations. And here are some additional activities for you to do. My home waste audit. Okay, then you're going to create your essay here. And there is the short reflection essay. Excellent, 5 points, strong, 4 points, fair, 3 points, needs improvement. All about the depth of reflection and everything. Okay, there is no question with my lesson. This is your topper, your science teacher, signing out. See you next time.